BrainBobble presents How to Be the Bigger Person and Move On. Whether it's a minor disagreement with a friend or a major conflict with a coworker, we all face situations where we have to decide whether to hold a grudge or let it go. Being the bigger person isn't about winning or losing, but about finding peace and moving forward. So, join us as we dive into practical tips and strategies for letting go and moving on, so you can live your best life. 1. Focus and let go. Focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't is key to being the bigger person and moving on. When you face difficult situations, it's easy to get lost in all the things you can't control, which include other people's actions, external events, and so on. However, by focusing on what you can control, you can regain a sense of empowerment. You have the power to control your own actions and reactions, your own thoughts and attitudes, and the steps you take to move forward. By focusing on these things, you can let go of the things that are beyond your control, freeing up your emotional and mental energy to tackle what really matters. This helps you be the bigger person by taking responsibility for your own actions and emotions and by releasing the desire for control over external events. You can move forward with grace and dignity, knowing you're doing everything in your power to make the most of the situation, even if it's not perfect. 2. Don't hold grudges. Holding on to a grudge can be tempting. Maybe someone hurt you deeply, and you feel justified in holding on to your anger and resentment. But it's crucial to remember that holding on to these negative emotions only hurts you in the end. If you continue to nurse a grudge, it can cause stress, anxiety, and even physical health problems over time. It can affect your mood, your relationships, and your overall sense of well-being. That's why it's so important to work through your emotions in a healthy way and let go of the desire to stay angry. This is part of being the bigger person and moving on from a difficult situation. It takes courage and strength to forgive others, but it's ultimately more rewarding to let go of negative emotions and focus on the positive. By forgiving others and moving on, you're freeing yourself from the weight of negative emotions. You're allowing yourself the opportunity to grow and change, and to experience greater happiness and fulfillment. Remember, moving on isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. 3. Take responsibility. Owning up to your mistakes can feel like the hardest thing in the world, especially when you're feeling embarrassed or ashamed. But it's vital to becoming the bigger person and moving on from difficult situations. If you've done something wrong, you have to take responsibility for your actions and apologize if necessary. It's a sign of strength and maturity to own up to our mistakes. You may worry that apologizing will make you look weak or vulnerable, but in reality, it shows that you're brave enough to admit you were wrong and willing to make amends. It can be scary to apologize, but it's ultimately more rewarding than living with the guilt and shame that comes with avoiding responsibility. By being honest with yourself and others, you open the door to healing and forgiveness. It may take time for others to forgive you, but by owning up to your mistakes, you've already taken the first step in mending the damage you may have caused. 4. Grow from every experience. No situation is without some lesson to be learned, and this is especially true when it comes to challenging experiences. After all, you will get more from situations when you're pushed to your limits. That's why it's so crucial to take some time to reflect on any difficult situation and see what you can learn from it. Maybe it's a lesson in communication, maybe it's a reminder to prioritize self-care, or maybe it's a realization about what you truly value. Use the situation as an opportunity for your personal growth. Look back on how you handled the situation and see what you might have done differently. By reflecting on what you've learned, you're becoming a bigger person. You're taking responsibility for your own actions and emotions and using them as fuel to grow and evolve. It's not always easy to face your mistakes or shortcomings, but they're essential in expanding and growing your perspective. Even if it was a difficult situation, remind yourself that you can take something away from the experience that will help you in the future. 5. Positive reframing. You might feel like your negative thoughts and emotions are taking over. But you have the power to reframe them into positives. You can try to focus on the good things in your life and find the positives in the situation. This can help shift your perspective and improve your mood. By focusing on the positives, you're being the bigger person and choosing to move on from difficult situations. It's easy to get caught up in negativity, but by shifting your focus, you're taking a step towards forgiveness and growth. Seeing the silver lining isn't always easy, but it's worth it. It will help you see things in a new light and allow you to feel more motivated and energized. Eventually, it will become easier and the positivity will replace your negative thoughts. Remember, you have the power to choose how you respond to situations, and by choosing positivity, you're becoming a stronger and better person. 6. Empathy in perspective. It's crucial to remember that everyone is coming from their own unique experience, and it's easy to get caught up in your own perspective. Practicing empathy by seeing the situation from the other person's point of view can help you understand their actions and move forward with compassion. By putting yourself in their shoes, you're being the bigger person and showing understanding and compassion, which can improve communication and lead to a more positive outcome. Whether with family, friends, or strangers, empathy is an essential step in resolving conflicts and moving on with greater emotional intelligence. 7. Activities that bring you joy. You might find it tempting to dwell on a difficult situation, but it's essential to keep moving forward. Staying busy and focusing on activities that bring you joy can help you move on from the negative experience. Sometimes taking up a new hobby, spending time with loved ones, or diving into a project that excites you can help keep you distracted and motivated. By focusing on activities that bring you happiness, you're choosing to be the bigger person and move forward with a positive attitude. Surrounding yourself with people and activities that love and inspire you when you're feeling down can give you the push you need to keep going. After all, it's easier to see the brighter side of life when you're having fun and enjoying yourself. Remember, tough situations may come and go, but choosing to stay productive and positive will help you grow and emerge from the experience as a stronger, more resilient person. 8. Steer clear of drama. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment and react impulsively, but engaging in confrontation and drama will rarely lead to a positive outcome. Instead of going down that path, try to stay level-headed and find a peaceful resolution. This shows that you are mature and have emotional intelligence. It also sets a good example for others involved. Avoiding unnecessary conflict and drama can help minimize stress and improve your relationships with others. So, the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, take a breath and focus on finding a positive way to move forward. Remember, taking the high road is a sign of strength, not weakness. Being the bigger person is never easy. It takes strength and courage to move past your own hurt and resentment towards someone else. But in the end, it's worth it. Holding on to grudges and anger only weighs you down and prevents you from living your best life. So take a cue from the wise words of Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Choose to make others feel appreciated and valued, even if you don't necessarily see eye to eye. It's a small act of kindness that can make a big impact on both you and those around you. And for more insightful tips and mind-expanding food for thought, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching.